over, scoot over. The show's about to start. Da-da-da.
What is up, comic fans? Don't mind Jared unmuting himself during the countdown. He thinks he's
What?
funny.
No, I didn't. Hey, man, that wasn't me. That was somebody excited to watch the show.
Right. They just jumped right into the screen.
Well, hey, Crypto Comics Nation, how y'all doing? Welcome to tonight's show. Tonight we have with us Tesla Comics, which is a division of Tesla Entertainment. So let's start it off with Len Davies. Oh, wait, sorry. Len!
Hi, Jared. Yeah, I have the great pleasure of being the president of Tesla Entertainment and of Tesla Comics and working with these phenomenally talented people.
Fantastic. Next, we have Victor Mansor. Did I say that right?
You did, yeah. That's perfect.
Thank you,
hi,
sir.
everybody.
Thank you.
Good to see you. I'm one of the writer producers at Tesla Comics, and very, very happy to be here.
And next, we have with us the infamous or unfamous, as we like to call Cote.
Hi. Yeah, I've been here before. Good to be back with you guys.
Darn right, you've been here before. All right, guys. So before we get started, I heard through the grapevine that something's going to change at the end of this show.
Why is he posing like a car dealership salesman right now?
It's
what are you talking about?
Maybe he's going to change his car by the end of the show.
Hey. I might sell my car by the end of the show. No, I'm just kidding. So, but no, so honestly, you guys, for anybody out there who doesn't know, I am with Tesla Entertainment, and these guys have created a fantastic comic book that we are going to be showcasing for you tonight. However, if you like what we're doing, smash that like bell. Oh, wait, is it the button? Yeah, smash the like button, click the bell, and show you care by giving a share. But also, follow Dan at...
Tales of Tesla on Indiegogo and Instagram and Facebook, Tales of Tesla. That's where you'll find all the info.
Right on. And if they want it...
Nice.
That's quite all right. Well, hey, we move fast on this show. On this show.
Sorry about that.
All right. So, first off, I want to get into the details because we gave the people in our community the opportunity to actually get in on that deal, which was they could get that special issue. I think it's an issue or a cover before if they backed you guys before you guys launch.
Yeah, that's the early bird special. It's a 12 by 18 print of the cover from the next episode, which is what I'm working on right now. And it's going to be autographed, dated, signed, message in there. It's going to be, I'll make it special for sure.
Ah, fantastic. See, so now, just so everybody knows, that is available until they take their campaign live.
Correct. Then it disappears.
Is it now? It's pre-show right now. So is it live right now?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
we
sir.
already missed the opportunity?
No.
No.
But
Let's get this clear.
we're just giving you the chance for the early birds to slip in there.
I think the best way to do this, Jared, is we've had the early bird running for a little while. Let's give it to the end of this show. The moment this show finishes, we'll take the early bird away. So anybody that wants that picture and wants that signed picture of the cover, you got to literally come on board before the end of this show. Does that work for you?
Well,
Yeah, it works for me. How about you, Crutchy? Did you hear that? He says, gentlemen, an exciting night with legendary Dan Cote and the Tesla Comics team. So excited about this comic. Thanks, Crutchy.
Thanks, Crutchy. You rock.
Oh, nobody comes in saying hello. How is everyone doing tonight? We are doing fabulous. How are you doing?
Good.
That's really cool. I love that.
Hello, T3. All right. Okay, so, whoa. Wow, you guys are already at 900,000. Nice. Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
That's
thank
an
you.
accomplishment.
Yeah, it has been a great ride. Actually, it's very encouraging to see all the people that have been supporting us. Because for us, this is a passion project, really. Like, I think those of us who maybe didn't know too much about Tesla in the beginning, that then got into it and then learned the stuff that we're trying to do, they were like, oh man, okay, this is really, really interesting. And I've been working with storytelling related to Tesla since last year, I think. And it just keeps getting better. Like then, meeting Dan and then like getting to know about Dan's work and what he was doing, plus the stuff that I was doing. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like we're just creating this multiverse here that is all related to this guy. And, it's just, and all the amazing things that he created. And we're just like taking it to this whole new level. And we're having the time of our lives, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to think like, what would Tesla do in 300 years if he had that extra time? And that's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I like that because honestly, that hero of mine, his life was cut short. Had he been given the opportunity, he would have lived that additional 300 years. You guys are just telling the story of the alternate universe where he really exists. And my other self is best friends with him.
Nice.
That's it.
Yes.
And I think had he been given the opportunity, he probably would have invented cloning in his own way. So literally, there's a relevance there,
There's actually a little bit of a hint about that in the movie The Prestige. So if you guys are interested, Nikola Tesla pretty much actually that's what he does in that movie. So
no, whoa, Pride, just 1 second. Len, I want to know what the face is. Give it to me now.
What? Sorry,
He says the look on Len's face as Jared does his spiel is how I feel sometimes watching Jared. Almost like trying to figure out what exactly his origins are.
You make a face.
The look on my face, I got to tell you, Jared, the look on my face is sheer wonder at the enthusiasm that you're bringing out here. Right now. But I totally love it. I do. I totally love it. I've done so many StreamYards over the last year. I got to tell you. Actually, a year and a half since the pandemic started and whatever. I've done so many StreamYards and Zooms and everything. And it's very, very rare that I get such enthusiasm from one of the recipients of a show like this. So, Jared, thank you.
Thank
you. You're making me smile.
You said rare, Len, which means that there might be a challenge out there for Jared. That's what I'm hearing.
What?
There you go. There could well be. I
don't know if I can handle a challenge, guys.
I feel like
Let me think about it.
My brain's already working on it, and I think Len's got to get a comic book that is called The Enthusiast, and that's his superpower.
Ooh.
There you go. That's it. Absolutely.
Like I said, best friend of Tesla, right? Just remember, the enthusiast is the best friend of Tesla.
Yes, absolutely. He's
it's funny
taking his ideas for everybody.
It's funny you should mention this, Jared, because as we go through the line, the one thing you don't know is that Victor is a phenomenal scriptwriter. He's written seriously for the Tesla Adventures. He's written some amazing stories, and he's working with Dan's arc with regards to the 2300 as well, right? And he's always coming up with ideas. And now that that's been fed, I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised to find it popping up somewhere. So be prepared for a credit. You're probably going to get a credit somewhere down the line.
I don't need credit. I'm hanging with the boys. I don't need no credit, but thank you, though. Wow, that's fantastic. Oh, Dobie, I love the look and concept of this comic so much, right? Yeah,
Thanks,
hey,
buddy.
let's get that Kickstarter back up real quick so we can look at the look
It's
and
an
feel of this
Indiegogo
comic.
campaign. No,
Oh,
Correct.
man.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's sad?
Jared does
somebody
that
who
all
will
the time, guys.
probably be jumping on, Tom, I kept saying Kickstarter to him, and he was like, it's an Indiegogo, dude. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I will tell you that Tom is home. He's setting up now, and I'm assuming he's getting ready to jump in. So
Sweet.
So be prepared
Awesome.
for that one. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
all
this
right.
team that we've got is pretty dynamic because we all have the skills that we all wish we had. In other words, I draw nice, Victor writes incredible, Tom's an animator. We all have these skills that we need to boost each other into this new this new universe that we're creating. It's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've got to say something. You have just said the understatement of the century there, Dan Cote, when you say, I draw nice. You draw phenomenally, dude. Come on, let's get it right. You are amazing.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Like, there's, okay, I like to think of Dan Cote as like Les Claypool of Primus.
Ooh, wow. Nice. Yeah, he got his own style. I like that.
He's got his
That's
own
respect.
style. It's phenomenal. And everybody who sees this, like, oh, you draw something for me. Oh.
Yeah.
But
Like,
let's,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
what an
let's
honor.
get one
Thank
thing.
you.
But let's get one thing clear as we've been going through this. Without Dan's artistic abilities and input, this would never have happened in the first place. I mean, apart from the concept, all we've got to do is say to Dan, okay, we need a picture from over Tesla's shoulder of New York City. And within a couple of hours, it's up there.
Well,
it's
we've
like
actually-
literally.
Oh, sorry, Len. We've
That's
actually
all right,
got
no,
a
it's fair.
video of a couple of big name creators actually talking to Dan specifically about how he has kind of changed the way they look at this thing. So I'm going to play that really
you're in
quick.
so
Oh,
much
what?
trouble.
It's more fun this way if we do fun
I
stuff.
love private.
And I remember Zen Intergalactic Ninja was probably my second indie book that I ever collected, in the 80s. The first one was The Tick. I'm talking The Tick issue 1. And then Zen, when I discovered the Diamond catalog, and I learned you could order books from that, and that was, probably, I don't remember the year. I was still in grade school, and I was buying comics. And Zen I'm like, what is this? This is Marvel or DC. It's an indie book, and I just remember that. That's forever in my mind.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
I think I have a Zen toy. Do I have a Zen
Okay,
toy?
so-
I think I have a Zen toy.
So Dan, you did the oh cool.
You got that guy?
I got that.
That's awesome.
What's fun about that is that was
That's
Chad
fun.
Hard, and I know it's hard to tell on the post recording there, but
That's
Chad
fun.
Harden is huge. I mean,
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, Wolverine. I mean, you name it.
He's a professional.
And he's
a
getting all
professional,
fangirly
exactly.
on our stream because he had one of Dan's toys.
Yeah.
But you come on here and you're like, I draw good.
Yeah, right. Dan the man. He's just so smooth. Ah.
This
Well,
is what I love about the whole Tesla Comics thing as we've been putting this thing together. Is the fact there's no ego, nothing, absolutely nothing. It's just the passion to put this thing together. And literally, when something gets suggested,
Mhm.
okay, we talk it through, and 9 times out of 10, it's there because it's coming from the passion. It's very rare that we reject anything. I don't think we've rejected anything, guys, really. from the
Wow.
way we've been going through. I think literally everything that we've discussed from the push has pretty much got through. I know
think
Tom's
it's-
trying to
yeah.
Tom's
I
trying
think
to get in at the moment. I think he's having a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much been more so like just the tweaking. You know, the idea of like an idea is presented and somebody is like, well, I'm not sure about that. How about this? And then we find a way of like, what's the way to go? And usually it just merges with the two ideas that come together, and then we have it. And I don't think we've ever been in a position where anybody goes, well, I totally don't agree with that, and let's, you know, like, well, go for it, but I totally don't agree. It's like, I think every time that we've had a conversation where there's been anything that we have adjusted, edited, change, or anything, we've all kind of been like, oh yeah, we can see that, like, we get that.
Quite true. Quite true. Yeah, nothing happens in a vacuum, and no, I actually penciled out the second episode almost completely, and then Victor and I had an hour and a half brainstorm on the telephone, and I just have been in the last couple of days just redoing almost everything I did, because I liked his ideas better than what I was coming up with. And I'll tell you what, this second episode that I'm working on is going to be killer, because the first book is really, you know, it's an introduction to the characters, so it's kind of it's got to be paced so that everybody gets to know everybody. But the second one, oh man, there's going to be some action. There's going to be robots. There's going to be, it's going to be brilliant. Wait till you see it. So I'm so excited about what I'm drawing right now. It's fun.
Awesome.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, I would say
Vivid says I'm bigger in real life. Is that because I'm so close to the camera? I like.
No, we like your close up.
I like.
You're like a shining star.
Yeah.
Whoa, there were so many famous faces there. When was that recorded? That was at CouchCon, I believe. That was at was that CouchCon on Ice or CouchCon?
I think that was
first.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, that was a while ago. We had so many, like, you should have seen it. Well, we had so many cool people, but we didn't have the dream team who we have right now. And where can they find you guys at, Victor?
You can find us. You can look for Tesla Comics at Tesla Comics on Instagram. We have a TikTok as well. You can also find us on Facebook. So the majority of those, we have a Twitter as well. And pretty much those we're keeping updated on the daily, just posting a little bit of everything. So if you go to our Instagram with Tesla Comics, you'll find where we're doing like little sequential videos where we have the different layers of some of the drawings of Dan. So we start with the black and white, you know, line out, and then it just keeps adding all the different layers. We post sometimes little like doodles or sketches that Dan has done. We update people about how the Indiegogo campaign is going. And now, obviously, as we continue to grow and we continue to develop the other stories and all the things that we are going through, I'm sure we're going to be busy and happy to be sharing more and more information with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's fantastic. A big part of the agenda of the newsletter is to share stuff like that. Here's like behind the scenes, and so I loaded up Tom with a bunch of images of how I actually built the artwork for each panel, because when I do it one panel at a time, and so he put it together as an animation so you can see how the art was built. It's really fun to watch, and we've been using that as promo videos. I think we've been doing a really good job with that, as far as, you know, making sure that everybody sees a lot of fun, different images, instead of just seeing, here's the cover, you know, jump on board, do our Indiegogo. We're trying to make it a lot of fun.
Let's jump over to your Indiegogo real fast, because I want to kind of go through the details of the Indiegogo.
Let's do that, absolutely. But we also need to do another introduction, because Tom has joined us.
Yay!
Tom's the Teslamator.
Sorry, I'm having issues with my computer.
Well, you look.
That's all right.
It's all good.
Hold on. So weird. Why today? Had to be today, right?
Hey, at least the sun's out.
Yeah, that's
Camera's working and mic is working.
You know what?
so-
Tom does a lot of production work. He's an animator, so the sun is not his friend. He's a guy who likes to lurk in the dark.
Oh, he's like Fry up all night.
Hey, one of my people.
You got it. Yeah.
There we go. There
Tom
we
is
go.
a very hardworking guy.
I feel like that happens.
That's
I do
fantastic.
Can everyone hear me? I can hear you guys now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. We
Cool.
got you. We got you.
I do apologize. It's been a crazy day.
Hey, Tom, one
Welcome,
second. Everybody, we would like to welcome Tom Davies to the show.
Hello.
Now the team is here. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Tom.
So I'm originally from Riga, Latvia, from Eastern Europe. I was born and raised there. I'm a video
Oh, wow.
editor by nature. I kind of like doing a lot of things like animation, video editing, camera work, and all that stuff. And it's been an honor really working with Tesla Comics. It's been amazing. Like I've always wanted to work with animation and comic books, and it was just offered to me. And yeah, that was amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, I forgot where we were at. Do you guys remember?
You wanted to go to our Indiegogo to check the details.
Ah, thank you, Victor. Way to keep us on track. See, I'm living the dream now with these guys. Oh, wait, hold up 1 second. We better catch up with some of our chat real fast, fast, because they have. Oh, let's
Guys.
see.
There you go.
Oh,
got
Willie
him up on the
Silver,
screen.
nice. Thank you,
Jared.
buddy.
There you
Oh,
go.
sorry.
Thank you kindly. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Us
looks
over-
good.
over
Just
the
bought
edge.
100. Oh, wow.
Guys, Willie Silver just got us past the initial goal. Just
Nice,
now.
thank you.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you, Nobody Illusion.
All right.
Oh
Nobody's
my
in.
God. Thank you so much.
Nobody's illusion is in.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
And
Ah,
Welcome
And
aboard.
don't forget, we've only got until the end of this show to get the early bird. From the end of this show, the early bird stops. So jump in
That's
there now.
right.
Ooh, hard driving man. I would give one to everybody, but you know, Len's
and anybody who doesn't, or what does slowly dying in the sun Tom animate in?
What tools do you
Slowly
use, Tom?
dying. I use character animator to answer that question.
Digi, I think,
yeah.
is also an animation. Oh, congratulations! I agree, Vivid. Yeah,
Thanks.
So
you
yeah,
all
Tom
just
is actually
passed your initial
Tom-
goal. That's fantastic. Now,
that's super.
Now, getting past the initial goal, just so everybody knows, we ain't done yet. This is just getting started. We just got started. Their goal is to make a living. So share this out. Help us help them reach their real goal, which is
Okay.
getting what, Dan?
So Rose wants to know what the $100 gold package is, and that's like the entry level. That's where you go. That's the meat and potatoes of this thing, and you're gonna get access to all the digital comics, and you're gonna get a physical comic mailed to you. And for the first year, I've got a drop schedule further down on that campaign. There's 5 books. I'm throwing everything I got in this. Everything I've worked on in the last 5 years is going into this. So you're going to get a variety of books, not just Tales of Tesla or Tesla 2300, but a whole bunch of stuff that's really fun and interesting, and all kind of thematically familiar to the Tesla world, the Tesla universe.
Yeah, I think
It's
the most
really a good
important-
deal. $100 is a good deal for what you're getting.
I think the most important thing to remember is as well, because we are focusing on, the Tesla, the protector of humanity, the save the planet, and all the stories which go with it, because obviously black carbon is a major thing right now. So we have actually introduced black carbon as a character. So black carbon is going to be the evil force throughout the sense of the story. But the most important thing with regards to the way the stories go is, as you know Dan's other stories like Boy and a Snail and Ree and Tour of the Universe, all of those will have a unique Tesla introduction and a Tesla link. And that's the important part. So they all become tales of Tesla. Now, for example, 300 years in the future, we know that Tesla came back from Mars, but he's traveled. So the Tour of the Universe takes on a perspective which only Tesla Tesla's clone can bring, and it makes it unique. The boy on the snail, you've got the fascination of Spring. Spring is the flower child. And I mean, she's a sheer genius that creates the machines that Tiffin and Tesla actually used. But her creation of Dodo, I mean, that's the one absolutely which gives her spirit out. She's an animal lover. She likes to bring things into organic feel, and yet she's created this magnificent robotic bird called Dodo, who doesn't even look like a dodo, but yeah, whatever. But it's magnificent. So there's every
Hopefully
one of them
doesn't
has
go
got a
the way of
unique.
the dodo.
Exactly.
Actually,
But
I think actually, yeah, and taking a little bit of that, Spring in a way is one of my favorite characters too, because obviously a lot of the things that we try to send in the message with the story has to do also with taking action, trying to help the planet, like pointing out these things that these characters are trying to do. And to me, one of the beautiful things that I think Dan did with Spring is the fact that the work that she does, like the technology that she builds, all these the creatures and the machines, they all have a nature influence. So like the submarine, if you like, one of the devices kind of looks like a sea creature. She has Dodo, that's a bird, and it's her assistant. So it's basically the idea of putting the concept of nature and life into technology, which I think in a way it's a beautiful thing to represent when we talk about the future and how we can make technology be something that can marry with the idea of how do we also protect our planet while also moving forward with technology and advancing. And it doesn't have to become an isolated thing, but rather we can marry the two. And Spring in a way symbolizes that. And that's that's a thing that I look forward to continue to see where Dan takes it and how we explore and develop it even further.
Oh, wow. So let's get over to the campaign, because I want to go through your tiers and understand how people can support Spring.
Yes,
because I love Spring. Spring is one of my favorite seasons.
There you go.
Here we are. Yeah.
It represents life. Spring
Okay,
represents life. Which
you want us to
is
talk
perfect
about
with
each
you guys.
level, or you want to talk
Yes.
about the concept?
Yes, I want to go through level by level, because I really want people to understand how they can be a part of this now. We want to show them what they can do now, what's available during this show now. Because people out there, we want you to share. Please help us get the word out for these guys. Their goal is to be able to afford to do this for a living. The goal that was set was only to get them started, to get them motivated. Now it's time to unleash the power.
Right, and remember that just with the Tesla stories that I have in mind, I've got 300 years of Tesla's life to tell stories about. That's just that. Plus, there's the other 5 storylines I've already started that I want to expand on. Mm-hmm. So, any support that you guys can do to fuel this, so that we can just roar with this, will help.
And don't forget, of course, with the Teslamation aspect. Makes it a totally unique experience, because it means you can either read the comic, you can do the enhanced comic through the PDF, you can watch the Teslamation, or you can just listen to the audio while you're driving and doing your other stuff. So I mean, there's the universes of Dan Cote are coming to life in a way that a lot of other comic people would wish they could.
I just counted 5 different ways right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
The other thing to remember too, this is Tesla Comics, so we have high standards to live up to. So anytime we find any new innovative way to project these stories, we're going to do it. So we welcome suggestions in that respect too. So Absolutely. Victor, why don't you go ahead and describe the levels for Jason and our viewers?
Well, sure. And you guys have been checking them on the screen as well. So our first one is the $20 with that comes with the newsletter that we're going to be working on and keeping everybody updated. So you have the newsletter, and then you have the Tesla 2300 decal, which is like from the cover, which is really cool. And then the next one that we have is the $35. And that one also has a character dossier, which is I think that would be a lot of fun, because we really enjoyed and have fun just making sure that we wrote a very nice description of each character for you guys to get a good idea.
What is a character dossier?
So in that one, yeah, you can go ahead then.
Each character, I've developed these characters very carefully so that I can make sure that every kid and adult out there relates to at least one of them. So the dossier describes each character intimately, their height, their weight, where they're from, why they think the way that they do. So that's the dossier.
Yeah.
I will say that the dossier itself is collectible. It's the same way as when people used to do with the old playing cards years ago, all the bubblegum cards and all this sort of stuff. The dossier itself, particularly when signed by Dan, they become collectibles.
Yeah.
Oh. Now these are the dossiers. These are original sketches, or they're like a print, or what?
They're a print. And
Okay.
Yeah, I sign them and I actually laminate them. I'm kind of weird that way.
No, you're kind of cool that way, Dan. But we won't tell anybody. Don't worry.
All right, Bishop, sorry to interrupt you, buddy. Go for it.
No, we're good. I think now we're on the $50 one, which that one is great because you get the 1-year subscription. So with that subscription, you're going to be in tune with all the stuff that Dan was talking about, which is not going to be just the Chapter 1 Tesla 2300, but also you're going to get that opportunity in that first year to get involved with all the other stories that Dan is bringing to us. And then you got the 100 Founders membership, which I believe was cashed in recently. And that one is going to also have, all the other different parts that you have here, the newsletter, you have the decal, they have the character dossier, the 1-year subscription. You're going to get the character dossier signed. And then you have all the comic books and the prints and everything. And we have
a shirt in there.
That's what's important about that one is that's when you actually start to get the physical books delivered to you in the mail, which is
okay.
What are you getting in the mail today? Not much. But if you get a comic book, that's a thrill.
There's not many fun things you get in the mail.
Scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit, Matt. The other direction. There. No. I just want to roll through that cover real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That looks so freaking awesome.
There's Dodo.
Yep. It's the water spider, too.
Lots of robots. I like drawing robots.
The water spiders. Don't be afraid of the water spiders.
Don't be afraid.
It has a real steampunk feel to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's part of the thing too, is like the idea of thinking of and that's more that might be more related to stories that will come later down the road, not just on Tales of Tesla, but also on Tesla Adventures, which is all these different alternate possibilities of universes where what would have happened if Tesla would have stayed alive, and then his technology would have been the thing that just launched us to a different style of technology. So the idea of Tesla punk,
Tesla punk.
Yeah.
Well, Tesla was also, he had an artistic bent. He liked poetry, and so he definitely, him and Spring, when they work together, they make technology art, and that's kind of where it goes. So you don't want to just call it steampunk. It's techno art, really, because if you're gonna have technology, it should look good too.
Give me an idea. I say you just give me an idea for the Tesla music division. Now I've got to start a Tesla punk label.
Dude, Tesla punk is the coolest. You guys created your own genre. That's how awesome this team is, everybody. Help support them. Be sure to like and share out this video so that these guys can get supporters at the Titanium Founders membership level, because that's the best level to get in at. Really, honestly, probably the best deal.
That's the one with
you get to join us with the shirt. So if you join us on the Titanium one, you get that shirt to also give us that support and be part of the team.
There you go.
There's a bit of the dossier. That's kind of that's the front of the dossier. So like that would be Nikola Tesla's dossier, and on the back would be even more detail about him.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so there's one for every character in the introduction. Then there's more characters in the second
RPG book. Or something?
Say again?
Sorry.
I said, are you going to do an RPG or something?
Oh,
role-playing game.
Come on, it's Tesla. It's Tesla Entertainment we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better believe that if there's an outlet of some sort that is related to either storytelling or like narratives, animation, or anything, we've already talked and thought and talked about it. I kid you not.
Well,
Because
just so you know,
Of course.
we've already modeled a 3D Tesla based on Dan's creation, and that is being brought into play with regards to discussions on a role-playing game as well. So we are, and I think, in all fairness, I think, Tom, what would you like to see in a role-playing game from Tesla? Bearing in mind the stories we've got.
See, that's a tricky question. As a gamer myself, you first have to think about the repetitiveness of video games. You don't want it to be boring. You want it to be entertaining. And I would personally, if I was in charge, I would make sure that like the stories follow through with the video game. So whatever you see like in the comic books or like animations, that it's incorporated in some way. But also to add to the modeling part, once all the assets are like in 3D models, we can use the Unreal Engine to take it a step further and actually build levels and test out and do prototypes and see where it goes.
Unreal is absolutely sick right now too.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things. So you guys have one last membership tier that I want to make sure we hit.
Hey, I am so sorry, guys. That was not the one to jump in at, unless that's the level you can afford. This is actually the one you want to jump in at. I apologize. That's not happening. I thought we were at the last level. Sorry, guys.
No, this one caught my attention because I don't think I've seen a creator do this before. I mean, yes, it's expensive, but any fan can be listed as an executive producer credit.
I think the most important thing to bear in mind when it comes to executive producers, I know a lot of people out there in the creative world, they have their own IMDb pages and all that sort of stuff. Getting an executive producer credit is an eye-opener for the industry, no matter which part of the entertainment industry you're in. It's really, really important. Because usually the executive producers are the ones who create. Like, for example, I've executive produced quite a few shows that I've created myself. But also, executive producers are the ones that raise the funding. And they're always looked at on a pedestal higher than a producer usually, because the executive producer is the one that's got the juice, you know? So it's really important if you want to get that extra bit of credit. Getting an executive producer credit is a really good step in the right direction for anybody that wants to be a part of the entertainment world.
Yeah. So if you're helping us launch this universe, you deserve that credit. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you get like a resume styled credit of being an executive producer?
Absolutely. I mean, anybody that comes on board in that level, I will guarantee that I can create them an IMDb page. If they don't have it already, I can create them an IMDb page based under the Tesla Entertainment banner. And then they would have, if nothing else, they would have the executive producer credit for the Tales of Tesla on it.
At this point, Len is like the expert of IMDb.
And also, just a quick shout out, just so you know, on the actual audio itself, we've got a wonderful voice cast. I got to be fair. Victor himself plays Tiffin and a couple of the other characters. We have the amazing Steve Humphries from New York, who's playing Nikola Tesla himself. We have the phenomenal Richard Hench, who's playing the bad guy, the Jed, and the wonderful Demi Mann, who's playing Velvet and Spring. And these are of course the amazing Tom Davies, who plays an advisor. But directing those talents to record these, to actually see them coming to life and putting them together with the animations, and then watching Tom do his thing with the Teslamation. Literally, as you watch it through, you get the voices, you get the audio, the speech balloons come up at the same time, the picture moves. It is a totally new experience. It's not like what you've seen before. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're currently in the works of finishing up the first episode, and once it comes out, it's going to be amazing. Make sure to grab that.
Sorry, I got a question real quick, Tom. Is the first episode going to be like the first comic book? Like, would it be related kind of that way, or how long is an episode?
So pretty much each comic book will be an episode. So all the text bubbles appear, and there's like movement, panning, and all that stuff. And there's also
that's
cool
good.
transitions that were made by Dan himself, which we're gonna integrate.
Oh, the transitions
yeah.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
We haven't even got anywhere near.
It's like
those.
all robotic with lightning zapping back and forth. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun with that.
Oh man, right
As if-
now,
as if
DG is
I
just
wasn't doing
so
enough.
jelly because you got, dude. What you guys are doing is going to be like trend setting.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
That is the total idea. Hey, let's get this right. Nikola Tesla was somebody who didn't get the chance to do what he should have been able to do. He's somebody that not many people know about. When they make movies about him, it's wrong. They give the wrong creation. They get the wrong aspect. This whole thing about Nikola wanting to save the planet, that's exactly where we are right now. And if you look at the Instagram pages, the Facebook pages, and all the memes that Dan has created, with the help of Victor's words and the images that I've been able to source, it's all out there. And it's like there's a very simple one. You've got a car exhaust, and you got Dodo looking down at the car exhaust saying, "Fossil fuels, really?" Dead simple, but it means a lot. And then you got the evil of the Jed, where there was one picture that I managed to find which just showed a little clump of trees amongst the whole dead forest completely. Everything else all chopped down. And Dan put the Jed on a tractor saying, "Who left that group of trees there? I'll have their hide." And he's going after them, And it's like the whole thing is save the planet. It's Tesla's message, and we've got to get it out there more and more and more. The whole black carbon message is really, people just don't realize. Being honest, I didn't realize about the black carbon until a few months ago. And it's just like, when we get this message out there, we have to get all of the generations on board. And this is what we're doing with the Tales of Tesla and the Tesla Adventures and the Tesla organization generally, is bringing entertainment into the field to get that message out there. Let's get people caring on an entertainment level, and they'll feel more for it.
Well, give them the excitement of entertainment, and they'll learn easier.
Correct.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm just,
you don't want to, anybody that knows me and has seen all of the work that I've done throughout my career, it's always been about my love for the planet. Always has been an underlying current of that's where my heart and soul was, and you can see it in my artwork, and it's always been the message. And I never want to hit people on the head with it. It's very subtle, and what we're doing here is showing, Tesla in this storyline has been living on Mars, so he's really an alien, and he's looking at what we're doing, and that's how we need to look at this planet. From an alien point of view, what would an alien think of what we're doing to this planet? And kind of that message runs through these stories.
Was this a spoiler, Dan?
No, not at all. Like I said, you've seen all the things I do. You know what I'm about. If you don't know me, that's what I'm about. I love this planet. It's a great place to live.
Yeah.
And it's a fragile little thing. And this planet doesn't need us. That's the thing you need to understand.
That is right.
For those of you who might not be aware of what Dan does, we're going to show Ree a little bit here, because that'll give you guys
that we're offering in Tales
of
Tesla.
Yeah. Would you like to tell everybody about that? How that's going to work out?
Like this story is basically while Tesla was out touring the universe, this happened, but this is like a future scenario where a sort of benign corporation that was all about recycling ends up getting so big that they just end up plundering planets. And that's what this story is about, is this corporation that plunders planets. And we're going to have these protagonists introduced through each book that comes out. And the first protagonist hero is a guy who's half frog, half man. And so it's super fun stuff. This is a very sophisticated story and artwork, but this is
sophisticated is right. Sophisticated. This was one of the coolest comics I ever got to read. I love Ree. I love
Yeah.
Ree, man.
And the most of this book is actually, there's not a whole lot of dialogue until later on. So maybe Len's idea of having a music division is probably a pretty good idea. We'll make this a music video.
I was actually thinking that. Yeah.
Man, you are so right. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, that's gonna add a whole nother level.
That's what
Well, the
Tesla
beauty-
Comics is
Yeah.
about.
Setters. Dang.
The beauty of it is that I started in the music industry. I'm a music producer, so I know quite a few artists at the moment. The moment I show them images from Ray, we'll get material to use straight away without even worrying about it. So I think that's what I would like to do, is actually make, because Ray, as Dan said, is not so sort of voice heavy or speech heavy. I think it gives us the opportunity to actually create a musical vibe to go with it. So I'll be looking at that for sure.
And Broadway, here we come.
Speaking of Broadway, I think we got a show to show.
Show to show?
What do you got?
Wait, I think I flubbed that up.
A show to show, everybody.
We'll do take 2.
Yeah.
Or we'll edit this in post.
We'll fix it in post, guys. We'll fix it in post.
That's the fun part. And don't edit it. Let it go. Let it go.
Well, yeah, we've actually got a video supplied from the Tesla team here, so we'll showcase that here real fast so that everybody can get an idea.
Go.
So I just have to say, right, that was just thrown out there. We need a little taste of what can we do, and literally within, I don't know, a couple of hours, Tom just said, "What about this, guys? How does it look?" So I got to be fair. That's the power of the team we have here. The fact that everybody brings their best A game to the table and some.
Just to get it right as well, all of that was edited on Adobe Premiere Pro. That was not Character Animator. Character Animator would be actually for an animation.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Nobody's illusion is going to share this for us. He already nabbed it. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she's going to give it a review. Thank you, Illusion.
that's
You are awesome.
Did we miss any other comments that we should address? I wasn't
probably.
I'm actually not hitting every comment just because try to keep things flowing as much as I can. But
sure. I just don't want to ignore anybody.
No, we've got a couple of people that somebody allegedly saw that I was testing a badge inside of the system. And,
what? You got me badge? No, you didn't, Fry. Come on, tell me the truth now.
I mean, we might talk about that later. We might talk about that.
What? When? Like, you gonna pass me the code after the show?
Sure.
Yeah.
Really?
I wanted to point one thing out though on Illusion's comment here. She was talking about looks epic, and I'll have to give it a read and review. Any reviews that you guys leave on RE is going to be super helpful to these guys right now. It's that metadata is going to be floating out into the interwebs, and Google's going to see it, and it's going to help their search engine optimization and all of those elements. And B, as their subscription model kind of develops and continues to grow and move forward, any content that you guys can share out anywhere, social media is great for this. But really anywhere, tell your friends, tell your family about the books, do all that kind of stuff. And it's really going to help them in a big way. I mean, right now there's a lot of indie campaigns going on. And so, if you can't financially back it, that's a fantastic way of helping this team out.
Absolutely.
Helping indie out. Show you care by giving a share.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you'd be so kind.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I've noticed, a lot of the campaigns out there aren't geared for all ages. This is for everybody. And, I'm not just saying we're making kiddie comics, because we're not. I never insult the intelligence of kids today. They're so sophisticated. And so these books are intentionally made to challenge young minds and entertain old ones.
You guys are freaking awesome.
The only exception, well, we threw in we have a book in there called Snail Rider that's going to be in the first 5 books that are coming out, and the intention for that is for this to be every parent's first gifted comic book to their child, and it's really
cool.
For really, I really made that for really young kids so that they could have an introduction into the comic book world. And so that's in there, and that's going to be dropping in November, just in time for Christmas, so you can give it to your favorite Christmas kid recipient. But we have a huge variety of content that you're going to be seeing and experiencing. And I think it was Andrew Dodge that mentioned about the style of art. Every project I work on has a different style, and it's just because I intend to have fun with every project I do and let the project dictate where it's going. That's how I work.
Well, this comment coming in from Rose Kirby here has to do a little bit about the content itself. She puts, will the comics be any different if I back this? Will I be able to see or read it? I hope it's different than on my iPad. Now, just to give you guys on your team a little bit of backstory, Rose actually suffers from some visual impairments that make it really difficult for her to be able to enjoy reading a comic book in the standard way. Rose, I just wanted to point out that these guys actually mentioned earlier.
Rose, this is for you, because like the whole, we made this so that actually, there's a story to this. I have a really dear friend who was blind, and he recently passed away. And so when I was talking to these guys about this project, I wanted to make sure that our digital comic book be something that could be enjoyed by even a blind person. And that was what Len and Tom have been doing. And Victor, he wrote a great screenplay based on the visuals they were seeing, because a lot of the stuff, I'm not thinking about dialogue and stuff like that, and these guys are filling in those gaps. Plus, we intentionally made this so that you're looking at every panel by panel. It's not a snapshot of a comic book. The comic book will be actually very different than the digital comic. So just Rose. It's for you, Rose. We're doing this.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Jiminy Christmas, man! You guys are like gods.
Now
that's what I'm talking about.
I have to ask something as a collector. Do you guys have a set amount of books that will come out during the yearly membership?
Ooh, good question.
A set amount?
Are you gonna put a limit on it, like only 50 or only 150, or so that the people who
150 would be a lot of comics to release in 1 year, Jared?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I'll go with that number. Let's change the expectation. 25 to like 10.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Ultimately, we would like to have one a month, but that depends on what kind of support we get. So initially, the first year, we got 5 ready to go.
Cool.
And that's what we're promising for next year's
But
schedule.
would you put a limit on one? So like you have 5 comics, and 4 of the comics you're going to do 50 issues of each, and then one of the comic you're going to do like 10 issues of that comic. I think that's the question Fry's asking, because Fry, he likes to get the things that nobody has.
Well, what we can always do, we've been looking at this scenario, because we know with the physical comics, a lot of it depends on how many people sign up, how many issues we know we have to do to fulfill the demand from the Indiegogo. But outside of that, we do know how much it costs to print one comic, don't we, Dan? So for certain people, I don't see any reason why we couldn't make a special edition for somebody like somebody who's on this screen right now.
Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't accept it. We don't want that. We can't accept it, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
We're clearly talking about Tom.
Jared's mic just
yeah. Of course.
Nobody knows what happened to Jared's mic. It just finished. I just want to take this opportunity to say hi, Andrew Dodge. What's up? Yeah, you're jealous now, aren't you? Sorry.
Dude, that wasn't even Fletchy. Don't worry, dude.
He jumped right into chat too. He was like, "Hey."
Yeah. By the way, Andrew Dodge was our first titanium. No, not titanium. Are you a titanium, Andrew? You might be.
I believe he put in the chat earlier that he was.
I
Yeah.
think it was,
I think so. I think he's our first titanium.
Well, one of the other
the
other thing is, I think somebody mentioned it earlier too. They were asking, it was like, now that we reached the initial goal, like what comes next, or how do the rest of the things continue to help? And part of that is the fact that, like, you guys have heard all the different ambitions that we have and the goals that we have in regards of how we are developing the comic book, not just as a printed comic book or like a PDF, but rather we're trying to create this entire experience with, voiceover, sound effects, and everything. And on top of that, we have the storyline that we are creating. But again, this is Dan's the Dan's Tales of Tesla is sort of our flagship. But Tesla Comics itself, we have so many different storylines and so many different styles and ideas of things that we want to bring you guys. So while we are developing these stories that have Dan's style and storyline, well, at the same time, there are scripts being written that maybe have a grittier, darker version. So we actually are able to create stories within Tesla Comics, within the Tesla universe, that would allow us to maybe even reach out to other artists and create different styles for the particular different storylines. So you can imagine the idea of having one of our universes or one of our parallel realities that looks like Dan's reality, and then we have one that maybe is more like film noir style, and this one maybe starts with a different timeline. Maybe we start in the 1800s. So we have scripts like that are already have been written. We have storylines plotted, and those are the things that will help us to the more you guys support, be it sharing, and the more support we get on the Indiegogo, we continue to just develop this, because we really have that ambition. We just don't want to say, oh, we have this storyline and that's it. But rather, we just want to go and say, well, now we have the storyline that is happening in the 2300s with this particular tone, with this particular style. And then simultaneously, later down the road, we start releasing on the other end, this other completely different story that maybe has a more like a detective feel to it. And those are the things that we want to continue to create. So we develop this multiverse of ours to bring you guys all this many storylines.
And also make sure. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Tom.
No, I was just going to say a lot of the behind the scenes, if you will, stuff is shown on Instagram. We make a lot of content in regards of like the sketch coming to life, or Dan doing certain things, like he's showing how he works, or would it be trailers, or so there's a lot of insight on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook. So feel free to.
I think you guys are going to be Rose's favorite.
Yeah, she just asked if you guys were doing anything like that.
So that's it. Rose, yes. Instagram, the Tesla Entertainment Boys, Tesla Comics.
And speaking of Rose, JD Smith Digiartist comes in on chat to say Jared and his explosive passion, making sure that Rose has hearing issues as well.
Oh my gosh, Iggy, you're so mean to me, but I love you anyways, buddy.
So if someone were to back this campaign at the plutonium level, which is that top tier, that upper echelon, and we've talked about the IMDb type stuff, we've talked about the benefits of being listed as an executive producer, is that going to be for the life of Tesla Comics, or is that going to be limited to the books that are put out during that first year?
Great question.
No, I think it's a good question, and basically I look at it from the point of view that anybody that comes in at the very beginning of this whole thing will get a mention all the way through the project. I don't see any reason why not, because at the end of the day, when they come in and they're credited as being one of the executive producers, and don't forget, if there's a limited amount that we can actually do on that, then that name will carry on through. And as the project keeps rolling, then bit by bit, the executive producers that come in may start spreading the word to other executive producers who want to come on board, and maybe they can then get a creative input as well. Because an executive producer is not just a case of just put your money up. If you're an executive producer, absolutely, let us know what your ideas are. One thing that we're active on, I think we've discussed this a while ago, Dan mentioned that he wants to find other artists, young artists, and come in and bring them on board. So anybody who comes on as executive producer, who knows? Maybe they have access to the next great artist that can bring a tale of Tesla to life, you know?
Can you guys imagine being a new artist and being taken under Dan's wing? That would be the most fulfilling and yet most terrifying aspect of life, I think, at that point.
Here, let's put you under his
What
wing.
terror? A very approachable guy.
I would like to. Sorry, Dan, real quick. I just saw Rose put a. I know most times I don't like PDF because they never work on this iPad. I don't know if you've tried it, but you should try the Books app, and you can open and save PDFs from mail, messages, and other apps. Back to you, Dan. Sorry.
Oh, Tom, you rule, bro. You are awesome. We like Tom. You're welcome to come hang with us anytime. Anytime. You got the answers, dude. You're awesome.
I'll say you've done it now, Jared. You won't lose him. You realize this, don't you?
Hey, fantastic. We like to think we're,
like Tom was, like everybody's alluding to. Definitely. I have the intentions of seeing 300 years of graphic novels be made. I couldn't possibly do that myself. So at some point, yes, I would like to mentor and have a legacy of artists that can carry on my work for sure.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah. I definitely want to share. I want to share my techniques, and I love doing that. I love teaching because I learned, how to do this stuff the hard way. I'm all self-taught, and all the software I've mastered by just perseverance. And I definitely like people that have that same attitude.
Well, and I just want to clarify that just because our conversation has led to this route does not mean that by becoming an executive producer, by backing at the plutonium level, that you're guaranteed that Dan's going to take you under his wings and teach you how to draw.
But we're not
listed anywhere.
Guaranteed, but we're not saying it is guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Just sign up for $1,000 and help these guys out, would you?
Yeah. Well, if I can add also to what Victor was saying earlier on, just so you know, my background as well is in the wrestling industry. I own my own wrestling company for the longest time.
Whoa!
And in 2015,
pro wrestling?
Yeah, pro wrestling, exactly.
Okay.
In 2015. I went over to the Bahamas and I met a young wrestler by the name of Tomiko, and great guy, very, very cool kid. And then he just started showing me his images. He said, I do this stuff. He was showing me like gladiators with swords and all this. So one thing led to another. And several years later, all of a sudden we started another Tesla Comics title, the Tesla Adventures. Tomiko is now our artist for that. He's actually doing that in Nassau in the Bahamas right now. And he never even thought for 1 minute that he could get into comics. But literally, because of that weird connection in 2015, and he's doing a phenomenal job, right, Tom? He's doing amazing.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
Really
and to add to that, being self-taught is not a bad thing. That's a blessing. Like, if you have the capabilities of teaching yourself a new skill without spending money. Like, for instance, my dad provided the Adobe Creative Cloud for me, and I had this friend who kept poking me about Character Animator. And on like the third day that he poked me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to look at it. And that just allows us to do so much more. And yeah, all these little things, you got to try. If you don't try, you won't know.
So we do have a question from the field. Digi wants to know, what up? Which wrestling company?
Well, my company was called Real Quality Wrestling in the UK. And I was very, very blessed that I started that in 2006. And a lot of the wrestlers that you have now in WWE partly came through my company. People like Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and all that sort of stuff. They were some of the best names in the UK, and I was blessed to have them on some of my shows. And I'm also very, very blessed to have worked with the Knight family, as in Fighting With My Family, the movie. And Paige calls me Uncle Len. So it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. It's like, for the wrestling industry, I ended up doing a lot of work with TNA for the years. That's when I was over here. I did a lot of their ring work and that sort of stuff as well, and production with them. But I just love the wrestling industry. What can I say? I haven't been involved with it for a while now, but I've got a lot of before they were famous footage, which will surface at some point.
That's freaking awesome. Like that's freaking awesome. We actually have a buddy, Spectacular Stash, and one of these days we're gonna have you guys meet up because that is just freaking cool. That is just freaking cool, man. He's an old school wrestler, and you owned a wrestling company. That's freaking awesome.
There you go. Very, very blessed. I got to be fair. It was an interesting time, but I don't want to take away from Dan's glory right now because at the moment this is Dan's.
It's about Tesla's comics, not
There you go. Exactly.
Who knows? There might be a Tesla wrestling squad with nice Tesla speedos or something. You never know.
I'm looking forward to seeing a huge wrestler named Dodo.
Dodo.
There you go.
That would be, and his cape is like the wings of Dodo.
He's got little parrot earrings.
Yeah. His mask is like a beak.
And his move is the Tesla coil.
Ooh.
There you go. There you go. Straight away.
Real quick to answer Rose's question again, yes, it's the books app.
Yes.
Oh, right on. Let's pull that up real quick so everybody knows. Rose says, "Thank you, Tom. I will try that Friday on my new iPad." So did you say books app? And that's what you were answering?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would say, Rose, if you want to put a contact in the chat or something down there, then maybe we can pick it up. And if you need to reach out to us, feel free.
Or you can just Instagram us or something, or Facebook. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, you can reach to us through our social media as well.
Yeah.
We're the helpful Tesla guys.
That's right.
Okay, now guys, I have to do an about face because I have this problem. Okay, guys, I have a problem, and my problem is I'm kind of slow. You guys,
a little bit.
Didn't know this. I know you guys didn't know this about me, but I'm kind of slow. So I've been pitching our competition so much that I've got to now make amends, if you will. So
I wouldn't call you slow with your energy, but go on.
Well, thank you. But so obviously Dan is with our platform, which is Crypto Comics Marketplace. Mm-hmm. And the thing I just wanted to bring into the light some of the cool things that you guys are doing that is so in line with what we're doing. Like the fact that you guys are doing animation, you guys are doing audio, and how well these little details are going to work with our marketplace and our reader. And now I'm not in trouble anymore. Thanks, guys. All right, back to you.
You weren't in trouble in the first place, Jared, so don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah, I have no idea. I get in trouble all the time, Len. I swear.
But I think the most important thing with what we're doing is the fact that we consider ourselves as paving the way for a lot of stuff, because it's not just a comic, it's a complete experience. I think going down that road, it allows us to take on new ideas throughout. So, I mean, if anybody wants to reach out on the social media platforms to us and just say, hey, it's great that you're doing audio and stuff. Have you thought about doing this? Absolutely. Because, pushing the boundaries forward and pushing the envelope is always good. So feel free.
I want to mention this real quick in regards of Tales of Tesla. We are currently in the works of making kind of like a show within a show. It's like answering questions from people. So anybody that has any questions to Tesla personally, that is a thing you can ask on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And we're trying to have an animated Tesla with the mouth moving and the eye movements and all that stuff, and he'll answer your questions personally. So that's another thing. Feel free to ask any questions about anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
That was something that Tom demonstrated a while ago with a non-Tesla face, and it is quite phenomenal the way you can do that. So I know a lot of the work, Tom and Dan sort of met up quite recently. A lot of the work is on Dan's shoulders. He has to create all of the elements. So how many elements are we looking at, Tom? Several hundred, probably?
Well, it's for all the Photoshop people. It's really about layers, and there's a lot of detail in the layers. So a lot of work will be on Dan, but then once we get everything rolling, there will be a lot of mechanical work in the actual software to make sure that the XYZs match and everything is good in that sense. But Dan's amazing with his art. I know he won't have an issue. It's just a matter of what, so.
Yeah. If we build it, they will come, and I'm actually working on that now. So that's not that far off in the future.
Right.
So what we can do, here's a thought for the crypto comics people, if you wish, and it's something we can talk about. Once we've got that live and working, we could also literally do a live broadcast. With you guys,
that's
right?
another thing I was going to say. So there's the capability of doing a live stream, essentially. If everything works perfectly, we can stream straight from the character animator and have Tesla himself sitting by the mic and
As
being
a guest,
very, we could have a conversation between Jed or Spring, Velvet, like all of them could be intertwined some way in the live streams. So that's a thing to think about.
So, okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Let me get this vision in my head here, so you're saying that with the animation that you are going to be doing, you would be able to set it up to where we could do a spotlight show, say with the characters of your book.
Yep.
And it would be real-time interactive.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's the whole point. We want to get to a point where we could pretty much do it either once a month or something, build it up so a lot of people come over and they can ask us questions. Because it's like Comic-Con, for instance. When you go sit and watch a panel, a lot of people sitting there answering their questions, and usually like Family Guy or something, they would have the whole cast, all the voice actors sitting there. So that would be like the end goal, essentially, that we could set it up in a way where we could live stream multiple characters and, and do all that stuff. For now, it would just be Tesla.
Just so you know, we want to interview your characters on Spotlight.
So that's something we got to build up to. Absolutely.
I'll take that all day. It'll be intense, though. I'll be honest. I'll be a little intimidated. I don't know.
Jed is the one you got to worry about. Jed is the one that will go at your throat. Everyone else.
Oh yeah.
No.
As long as nobody likes Black Carbon, we're good.
Yeah, well, Black Carbon can't be on site. He's nothing but bad news.
Yeah.
Hey, no, man. We can't treat them like that. We gotta bring everybody, man. We got, everybody gets their 5 minutes of fame on our show. You know what I mean? We don't turn away nobody, because everybody deserves that 15 minutes of fame, 5 minutes of fame, whatever I said before.
If Black Carbon wants to show up, he'll show up.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
You'll see a dust of dark cloud, and then the next thing you'll know, he's here, and then that's it.
So were you guys influenced by what's the name of the stupid? Like, it's a cartoon, rainforest, a bat, and little fairies.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it though. I know exactly what you're talking about. Somebody showed me that the other day. It wasn't
Fern
initially,
Gully?
It wasn't. Yeah,
yes.
Thank
you, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
I just thought that was the first Avatar.
Yeah, that character was like a kind of an oil slick character more than smoke.
It was the oil and smoke, and every time you guys kept saying Black Carbon, I kept thinking of him as an example in my head. So I was wondering if you guys are familiar with Fern Gully.
It's funny, Frey mentioned Avatar. Were you talking about The Last Airbender?
Oh no, I just always make a joke that I say that Fern Gully was the prelude to Avatar.
I was gonna say anybody who's familiar with The Last Airbender, like for an animation, that would be the goal, to make it look like that cartoon. Like it's just so good.
Oh, I love The Last Airbender.
Yeah. And that's also wanted to add that, like, on my spare time, I'm constantly thinking of ways to innovate new ways of showing this content, and it dawned on me today. That there is a way to show the comics and the characters. Sorry, I have a plane going over my head. There is a way to show characters and comic models and all this stuff in virtual reality. anybody who would have an Oculus headset or an HTC Vive or anything like that could get up close and personal with a model of character and all that type of stuff. So that's not a thing yet. That's just an idea, but just to throw it out there. Constant. Go on.
Oh, I'm just gonna say that is so freaking cool because check this out. So I think it was Fry was telling me that he actually went into our marketplace with an Oculus.
Hey, you are talking about future features that have not been announced officially yet.
Hush, hush. But the Oculus Quest is great.
That's why I love these guys, because they're as cutting edge as we are.
But what a way to create a buzz. Come on, you're going to have people talking about that now. What was it that they did? Come on.
We don't make announcements until we know that they are 110% working, rather than let anybody know everything that's going on. Reason being is because development changes. You know what I mean? Needs change, and our focus is on creators. So
just to make it clear, the virtual reality is just an idea.
Well, I just had this idea. How cool would it be? You know, you're in the marketplace and you walk up to somebody's profile page and you start talking to one of their characters. That would be freaking awesome.
Well, you could probably work that out in a way where you have pre-recorded answers and
Yeah. It would be like an RPG game.
Yeah, exactly. So you like hold the button and then whichever answer/question you wanted to ask, we would have an answer. But that's far future. Yeah.
Well, in our reader, we've actually set it up to where you can do choose your own destiny.
Right.
Books by linking and stuff.
I love that.
I'm sure that's on your guys' roadmap,
and
right?
There's multiple outcomes that way. It could be this way or that way,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, so you expanded my 300 years of graphic novels to like 2,000 graphic novels. Good God.
The work never stops.
Dudes.
We like to look at ourselves as inspirers.
Let's not lose track of focus here, guys. Let's check in on the campaign and see where we're doing, how we're at.
I'm sorry about that.
Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Nobody's Illusion, who made a comment on our Instagram saying that that they're here and that the comic shows a lot of promise, and they can't wait to follow and on its path. So thank you, Nobody's Illusion, for the shout out on Instagram as well.
Well, since that's from Illusion, do we just go ahead and do the badge code then? She's been pretty impatiently waiting.
What? I thought you were going to wait to the end to give it to just me, dude.
Now I just feel bad if she's.
You know what? These guys have been lying to me this whole time, guys. I gave up an exclusive badge that I was given by a creator because they were all like, "Oh, we don't have any badges for anybody." So I gave up my exclusive, and then they made a badge right after I gave up my exclusive. So I'm like, "Oh, do I get this badge?" They're all like, "Yeah, you get this badge." And then Nobody's Illusion, who I would give it to too. Don't worry, nobody. I understand why they're doing it because you're awesome. But still, she asked, and they just give the badge. And I was like, they're telling me, "Oh, wait till the end of the show." Ugh, I swear. You guys are mean. All right, let's do this.
All right. So you tell me when, Jared.
Okay, just a minute. Oh, crap. I can't get the badge, guys.
No, you cannot.
Oh.
Don't you dare open it.
Oh.
Jared's internet is getting all flaky as soon as he tries to open another window. So I've told him that he has to close everything out, which means that Jared's not going to be able to claim the badge tonight, which is brilliant.
I can claim the badge. I'm going to come back and watch the show and get the code.
I think just for the energy he's putting out, Jared should get the badge anyway.
Thank you, Len. Hey, Len is my new best friend, y'all.
I thought I was your new best friend.
You are too, Tom. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Well, tonight's badge code is the number 2300 2300. You can access this, of course, by going to your dashboard on Crypto Comics.
How apropos.
Go ahead and grab that. And for anybody that
I used the Victor word there. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
So now, so I don't know if you guys were able to go in and create your accounts, but where he is at right now, just so if you are in there, he's on his dashboard. So once you log into your account, it takes you right to your dashboard, and then you would just scroll down to my badges section, and that's where you would put in 2,300, and that would be your guys' first badge to claim in the system.
There you go.
And since, for whatever reason, the community seems to prefer badges that are made directly by the creator rather than the ones that me and Matt make. This one was created.
That is not true, Fry. We like your guys' too. They're just like subclass.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
You know what
Appreciate
I mean?
it. I'm going to keep going with what I was saying, though. This one was made by Dan for everybody.
You know?
Appreciate it, Jared. 100%.
You're welcome, buddy. Thanks for all you do.
Yep. Speaking of the badge, Ender Dodge comes in and says, that is an epic badge. Willie Silver says, got it. Thank you.
Yes, Willie.
Hey, you're welcome, Willie.
And Rose Kirby says, will Tales of Tesla, how long will it be on Instagram, please? I'm not really sure.
For as long as time can
Tales
keep
of Tesla
slamming
is
it
never
to
going
Instagram.
away.
I mean, for at least 300 years, right? That's kind of figured out now.
So you better make sure to clone yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah. I intend to have clones.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Carry it on.
I hate to say this, guys, but I have 8% left on my laptop. So if I just disappear, I do apologize.
Tom, we're gonna miss you, dude. Can you hear me?
All right. Oh. Yeah.
Well,
no, it's been awesome.
8%. We've only got like 60 more minutes to go.
Well, you'll have to jump in and join me. That's all I'm saying. We'll share the camera.
Oh, right on.
Well, before the campaign switches over and people lose out on the ability to do the early bird, let's go through. Let's mention what people get with the early bird one more time. And then let's start letting everybody know what exactly is going to be changing with the campaign as far as the tiers, anything like that, pricing, anything that you guys have that's going to be changing.
So remember, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just real quick. If you can't afford to back them financially, like some of us on this show, share. Sharing is caring, and that's how you can contribute. You can always help out. So thank you to all those who share this out to everybody to help us get the indies out there.
Even a follow on social media, like that stuff just helps us, building the community, making it stronger, making it so that we can reach out to more people. So any of that support really, really means a lot.
Exactly.
And Tales of Tesla is the best way of finding you guys on Instagram, Facebook.
Well,
YouTube,
it's Tesla Comics on Instagram and Facebook. It's Tales of Tesla on Twitter and Tesla Comics on TikTok. So there is a slight difference. It's Tesla Comics except for Twitter. Twitter is Tales of Tesla.
TikTok is so much fun. My kids recently showed that to me. I have so much fun on that thing. It's ridiculous.
Dude, seriously.
Also, in the future, we'll have limited merch, that will be, in a way, a collectible as well, so all that type of stuff, keep an eye out on as well.
So just so you know, from the moment this show finishes now, the early bird is gone, and we will then update the site so that we get all of the latest stuff on there. And what's being added now is there is an interview that we filmed a few weeks ago with Dan. Victor interviewed Dan big time with regards to the Tales of Tesla characters. And there will also be another video going up, which is a segment from the actual Teslamation of Down to Earth of the first one. So basically, from when the early bird finishes, the serious game begins. The levels will remain the same, but we thought it was going to be more valuable to give something which people couldn't normally get, which is the signed Dan Cote cover.
Absolutely.
That's going to be freaking awesome.
There's also, I think, one of the levels offers sketches, right, guys?
Let's show
Which
them.
level was that?
To the campaign.
Which level was that? I don't even remember. Oops, losing my ear.
Oh.
Curious level. Keep going. I guess maybe it's the titanium level.
No, I think it's the next one. It's the next one.
Plutonium?
Yeah.
You're right.
I see the draft right there.
At some point, I might make more sketches available. Basically, yeah, you got to do the plutonium to get sketches, but we'll talk about that later, some other point. But basically, the way that I build my books is panel by panel, just the way that I'm presenting them on the digital format. Hey, there's Tom.
How's it going, everybody?
One room over. Nice.
My computer died.
I see. But yeah, so you know, like I said, you know, the lamination thing is sort of a obsession I have with all of the artwork that I make. As I'm building this book, like especially this book that I'm building right now, I've actually dating and time stamping every sketch that I make so that I can understand better how I operate and how I can pace my storytelling in the future. So I've been keeping these in perfect order of how they're created and everything. And I want to eventually laminate every single one of those pieces as a collectible piece of art that people can have. And so those are going to be going out there and into the world at some point, all of them, because I don't need them anymore. I made them. It was fun. And the way that I revisit them is like, you know, that's part of that. I sort of have a ritual that I do for my artwork. I mean, I have artwork sketches and stuff from high school. They're all my precious babies, right? So when I do it, when I'm get ready to surrender them, I take a pair of scissors out, I cut them, I mount them on a nice piece of paper, and I laminate them. So every single thing is going to be collectible and documented and kept to remain in the world forever. That's my thinking.
We should make a digital art exhibition of some sort. You know.
Hold on, Len. Len, stop! I gotta stop you guys, freaking idea machines over here. I have an idea.
What is it, Jared? I'm open.
Dan, would you consider making a living journal of your sketches in Crypto Comics Marketplace?
Yes, I think that would be a splendid idea. I actually, yes, absolutely. I want to do that. I definitely want to do that.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can now retire.
There's a question for you.
Thanks. See. Oh, what?
There's a question for you, Jared. Would you consider finding a way to bottle up your enthusiasm, please? Because I love, if I could bottle your enthusiasm and give it out on a daily basis, this world would be a much better place.
Dude, guess what? We figured it out. We're combining Tesla magic with Crypto Comics power. There's my enthusiasm.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the first collaboration is going to be the Enthusiast comic book.
Exactly. Well done.
I love you guys. You guys are so awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously, but the enthusiast.
So tell me more about this living journal. I like. Well, we can talk about that later, definitely. But yeah, definitely. You know,
I just had to ask because it's cool, and we'll explain it. This is your moment, guys. We need to get back over to the campaign real quick because we got to go back through there. Make sure everybody knows. Anybody out there right now, if you just got here, we're with Tesla Entertainment. I love that name. And it's the Tesla Comics division because they're an awesome company and they do so many things. And we're talking about their campaign to launch Tales of Tesla. And we're about to go to their Indiegogo because I was going to say Kickstarter, but I didn't this time, Dan. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to check it out. So just pull it up, Matt.
Boom.
All right. So you've already funded, which is fan-freaking-tastic. That is so incredible, guys. Your goal is to really try to push this as much as possible. How many days is this campaign?
It was a 60-day campaign from the beginning. So we've got
45 days left.
45 days.
45 days. And what will the goal be transitioning to after you guys go live with the ultimate goal here?
I mean, we're not going to really transition to anything. We're going to leave it open. I think that's the key because at the end of the day, unless we have to, I think let's just leave it open and see exactly where it goes because
I have a question.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting idea. Now, would it be better to leave it open, or would it be better to set that goal and then as you reach it, set a new goal? Because then you're giving the people who are participating kind of that something to reach for when you set a goal. There's kind of two different methodologies going on there.
Well, as I said, I'm not an expert when it comes to Indiegogo, so I'm certainly open to suggestions. Victor, what do you think?
I mean, it's definitely something to consider, and I'm sure that we're going to be discussing those things even more into detail because, again, we want to potentially also have the opportunity to maybe Dan has some other idea or some other art that we want to maybe promote. So as we build up to another goal, maybe we can say, we're trying to push this time now because now we're trying to develop and fund not just of the first year of subscription and comics that we want to create. We want to make sure that we're able to afford making this amount of comics.
Yeah, that's an idea. Like
because at the end of the day, that's kind of like why we want to keep it open and why we still want the support is because the idea of is the more support we get, the more opportunities we have to just keep creating. Right, like it's not just making the ones that we have available or the ones that we're working on right now, give them and then it's over. But rather being able to say, okay, how much of our storyline we can actually expand and develop with the support of people, so everybody can keep enjoying these stories and we can keep building on Tesla comics and the Tales of Tesla, Tesla Adventures, and all the amazing things that we want to do.
Oh, that's so fantastic. I love the fact that you guys picked Tesla as your flagship, and I might get in trouble for this one, y'all. But Edison says Jared is more pumped about Tesla than me, and that's my namesake. Boom, that's right, because Tesla is freaking awesome. He was
quite epic.
One of my heroes. So I better take that down before I get in too much trouble. Thank you, Edison, for the namesake against Edison. You know how it goes.
Yes.
Well, so let's do this. If we open up the campaign page again really quick, on the right-hand side, you guys are going to see a little share link. It's right next to the Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot icons right there on the right. Thank you, Matt. Ooh, look at Matt. Matt is like our Vanna White with a mouse tonight.
He's like he's like the hand model showing off the perfume or something like that. He's like
Vanna White. Vanna White.
Vanna White. We didn't know that wasn't.
Thank you, Vanna. That being said, if you guys see or notice, there's a share link right there. And since this campaign is going to go for an additional 45 days, here's what I'm thinking. Everybody go over to Indiegogo, share this campaign out onto social media, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 swag pack giveaways. We're going to do one on Twitter. We're going to do one on Facebook. And what we will do is we'll do a random poll from all the people that share out this campaign.
I love
That's nice.
I love that.
That's very.
And at 45 days, that's the end of the campaign, guys. So at 45 days, what we'll do is we'll do a random poll. Now, what we'll do is we'll shoot you out a Crypto Comic swag pack. And to make it even cooler, Dan actually hooked us up with a sticker design. So we should be able to do this within the 45 days. So we'll have a custom sticker for Tesla from Dan.
I have a question in relation to that, Fry. If someone would consider making a special badge that we can put the code on the back of that sticker, so they who get it are the only ones that can get the badge in the system.
Ooh, I like it. Yep, we're doing that.
That's an idea.
So, no problem.
So, what you're wanting a different badge?
Nope, the one that you actually get sent to me entitled Decal. Yeah. Matt, you cannot open Facebook while on stream.
Oh my gosh, dude! Quit pulling a Jared. Oh my! Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that.
And Matt, you can't win anyways, dude. I know what you're trying to do.
Insider information.
You can tell if I do it.
Yeah, Jared. We can tell you work with us. That wouldn't be fair.
I have aliases. I think my other alias is Tesla.
Oh Lord.
Just saying.
Okay, so as long as everybody's on the same page with that, we will go through and we'll do an announcement for those winners directly after the campaign's closed. We'll do an announcement for that on our couch show following the close of the campaign.
Perfect idea. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much.
So yeah,
you are welcome. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us while you guys are about to kick off the most grueling thing on the planet. It's like playing soccer, running a Indiegogo.
So, running on Jared's recommendation of having goals, maybe what we could do, fellas, is have a piece of art from each of the 5 books at different intervals. Just the art.
Yeah.
We could do that.
That's an idea. That's a good idea. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. There you go. We're brainstorming live here on Crypto
Whoa,
Comics.
hold on. See, I was distracted. What did you say, Dan?
So yeah, we're gonna probably set, like you said, set another goal, and to sweeten the pot, we'll add a 12 by 18 autograph dated print from another book of the 5, and maybe next level we'll do it again. So we hit all 5 books.
Yeah. We could even go in a place where it's like, depending on how exponentially bigger the goal is, it may be not just the cover, but maybe also like a sketch of it. So, like as because it's like the more we
the original concept,
we can create, we start developing the concept of the thing that we are sharing. So it's like the first one that we have right now, that special early bird has that cover. But maybe the next one that we do, because we're trying to push it a bit further, we're also trying to get more about this produced, is going to be that cover plus maybe the sketches of it. Mm-hmm. And then, the next one can be the cover plus the sketch plus, some other thing. And we just keep ramping it up depending on how the reception is from.
And that also means our early birds don't miss out too. They would automatically get that upgraded thing for sure.
There you go. Look at that.
Early birds, why should they suffer?
Right.
No, don't let the early birds should never suffer, because the early birds are the ones that build the nest.
That's right. That's why we call them founders, because they're help founding this.
Ooh.
You are an intimate part of this process.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I love about this whole thing is the fact that whether it's just the inspiration of Nikola Tesla, I don't know, but the brainstorming that goes on with this team is amazing. The ideas that everybody comes up with, it's like not once have we found ourselves floundering in any way, shape, or form. It all sort of works beautifully.
Yeah, and the work shows it. The work shows it. I can't wait. I can't wait to sample this Tesla Comics, because it looks fantastic. I love Dan's art, of course. Obviously, I wear it proudly. Yes, I did that, Fry. I wore his art on his show.
There you go. That was cool. I didn't even tweet that.
It was. It's very cool.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh yeah,
we should do that.
It's from Ray.
Oh wow, very cool.
This is what
of course
this was the very first shirt. Yeah, this was the very first shirt, or the only shirt that we got to do it down when we first did his spotlight, and that was when and that spotlight was done around the fact that he contributed to the marketplace to help us push forward our dreams. This is one of the most incredible things about this is Dan came into our existence when we needed him most. I was looking for people to help us to build the reader and to build the uploader and things like that. And and the team's working viciously behind me, but without people like Dan, who actually saw the vision, saw the dream, what we're working towards, and contributing works, real works, professional works that we could showcase in a reader, that we could show the process of uploading and have feedback. Dan gave us feedback. All of the creators who have contributed, who are awesome, they've all given us feedback that has helped us create what we have today. So thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. You guys, what you guys are doing, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for being a part of our show with us. This is awesome.
This is a great comment. Nobody literally comes in on Twitch and says, "I'm a founder sharer. I'm hyping it before it was cool."
Yes.
Nobody's illusion. That is so perfect.
So I've got team members hitting me up trying to get me to ask this question just so that everybody's aware. So is the comic book going to go into the different conspiracy theories that surrounded Tesla's death and kind of make light of any of those as far as making them canon inside of this book series?
Well, let's put it this way. Within inside the 2300, I don't know what Dan's got coming up, but we're not going into that sort of territory for sure. I think we want to try and keep it within the fantastic future, where we're working to save the planet, defeat black carbon, and make everybody aware of what's going on. Conspiracy theories, I don't think that they're good for the YouTubers out there, and they're good for people who want to make documentaries and try and get them. But I don't think they're for the entertainment world. I think with the entertainment, we should keep it entertaining. Now, with the Tesla adventures, we have a couple of theories of our own, don't we, Victor?
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, I like how Victor's smirking right off the bat. That's great.
Just to give you guys some ideas, like think of Tesla Adventures and with the support of everybody that's been backing us up and getting Tales of Tesla off the ground, and then helping us also fund so we can start doing Tesla Adventures too. Is like, imagine Tales of Tesla being the version or the universe of the Tesla comics where it's more along the lines of Dick Tracy or like Dark Knight, like DC Comics, if you will. The tone of it, because it's going to be we will visit more the concept of the 1800s, early 1900s. We're going to be playing around with some timelines, and so the tone for that one will be more along the lines of playing around with some of the history, and then also teasing to this, because it's alternative universe where we kind of go, in this particular place, this happened this way, and in this particular way, this particular concept theory or idea that people have had about Tesla or something he did or didn't do, maybe presented as, oh, did he do that? And so that's kind of like what we want to play around. We don't want to just, because I think the beauty of it is we don't want to just like grab a conspiracy theory and just go, oh yes, this happened, and then we're just going to write that, right? What we want to do is we want to play with the imagination that his passing and his creations did, and then we grab those things and we present them in a way where we kind of give that like shout out or that hint of, if there were to be alternative universes where Tesla's different conspiracy theories or where in one way or another existed, how would they manifest in the stories that we're creating?
And we tease.
Wow.
We tease a lot.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fantastic. So Tesla Tales is more the fun, sort of for everyone styled comic, and then Tesla Adventures, is it going to have the same art feel to it, or is that going to be like a totally different comic in the way that it feels and looks?
I think the way to compare it would be, for example, Neil Adams' Batman compared to anime. Both of them have their feel, and they have their specific thing. As you can tell, I'm a comic person as well from way back when. But I think the Dan's world of Tesla is so stylized and so unique to him that if we were to do them as animation side by side, his would be what's going on in the animation world today, whereas the Tesla Adventures would be more of the I don't know. I'm not going to say the Scooby-Doo style, but it's the action adventure, the real perspectives. You know what I mean? Trying to make it as realistic as possible.
Thundercats.
There you go.
G.I. Joe. No, Transformers. No, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, kind of in a Transformer Dan Tesla way. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I mean, we're going to have that in episode 2. It's going to have a little bit of that, Jared. So.
Well, Rose Kirby came in on chat on YouTube saying, Dan, at the $100, I get 5 books. How does it work? So it looks like some people might still be confused. Let's run through these tiers one more time real quick. Because again, this is definitely a new idea, using a subscription model on an Indiegogo campaign. I think it's brilliant. I think what you guys are doing is really cool.
The big difference between the $50 is that everything is digital. $50. At $100, you're getting 5 physical books mailed to your mailbox. And down really low on the if you scroll all the way down, it has a drop schedule, and that's when those books will be printed and mailed out. That's the agenda. So
that's a little
you're
lower
going to
on the
have
page, Matt.
you're going to have access to the website, which is where all the digital content will live, and you'll be able to watch it, look at it on your iPad as panel by panel regular comic, but panel by panel, or you can listen to and watch the digital audio experience, the Teslamation, if you will. And again, at the $100 level, you're going to get a physical book, and the book layout is traditional comic book layout. So they're both different, very different products. So essentially, when I make these books, I'm doing them twice. But I build them first as a traditional comic book and then break it up for the digital. And then, then the rest of the team runs with that and adds all the Teslamation, and the actors come in and do the role. And Victor repurposes it for a screenplay so that all the sound effects and soundtrack is tight and professional. So they're very different products. So that's what you're getting, Rose. It's a pretty good deal.
It's a great
So
explanation.
so that's this is the second book that will be coming out would be which you can see on Crypto Comics. You can see the book in its entirety, but
such a
it's
cool
a little bit different. Because I think I added all the text and sound effects, which I don't think is on the crypto version.
It is not.
And then the episode 2, which is what you're seeing now, would be the third book. Yeah, that's a little teaser of what's in the second episode of Tesla 2300. And then this one is Snail Rider. This is going to be the comic book for first-time comic book new readers that we're going to introduce.
Wait, go up real quick, Matt.
As you can see, we got Spring introducing that one.
So Snail Rider is its own standalone comic.
Yes.
Oh, awesome!
All of these are going to be expanded upon too. So it's not just a one shot.
Right.
Yeah.
But
as you can see,
through this campaign, through this campaign, they can actually be introduced to all these different flavors you guys are about to offer up.
Exactly. And they will continue next year. So next year's drop will be a different schedule. It'll be like Snail Rider Part 2, Part 2, because that's definitely, I see that as a graphic novel. Tour of the Universe, I could do those all day long. Those are so fun.
I love your
and art. Yeah. So, it's not just Tales of Tesla I'm going to be working on. It's going to be all of these books. They're all going to continue.
Now, another question in chat here, Dan. Just this kind of goes back to what you were just talking about, so that's the reason I wanted to sneak this in real quick. Rose Kirby asks, I just needed to know how much extra should I put for postage in the UK? Would $30 cover it? $30 US. So
that's a good question, because obviously that does change.
Yeah. So is that $100 going to cover the shipping? And since, and this is a very valid question, because lately over this last year, we've all seen what's going on with shipping. Costs have increased across the board, things like that. Do you guys have a plan to cross that bridge and be able to handle the logistics of getting these things shipped out, either domestically or internationally? Is that kind of going to go per book, or would that all be set in one payment, or is that included in the $100?
I think the best answer for that is within the US, within mainland USA, it'll be included. I think outside of that, we need to look at. I think the best way to say that would be once we know the person's location, where they actually are. And this is a brilliant question. Once we know the person's location, we can adjust accordingly, because the weight of a comic book is not phenomenal. And there are ways to do it. I've been getting T-shirts back and forth from the UK quite often, and and I know the shipping is really easy these days. But I think it would. The one thing that I always maintain for all of us is to always be straight from the very get-go. And that's something that we haven't actually discussed. We mentioned it briefly, but nobody ever brought a solution to the question. But I think, now that we've got the question come up, then we have to say yes, there will be additional postage outside of the US. We just have to work out how that's going to look.
So is the subscription like if someone buys in at the $100 subscription, is that $100 a month?
No.
How does this subscription work? Are you paying monthly or are you just paying one time? And what, like, you know what I'm saying?
Initially for the campaign, it's a one-time thing.
Okay.
We'll get more sophisticated as the website develops, and then you could come up with a payment schedule or something like that.
Right.
But we're not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There will be at one point a monthly subscription will kick in, but it'll be nowhere near $100. So don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, you guys are playing it. The subscription is they are paying this solid amount. This is what they're getting. They're joining the campaign. Down the road, you guys are going to offer more and more and more. And each time it'll be offered at a set price, just like if you were pledging $15 for a comic. But instead, you guys the subscription model is this is more of a package setup.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, initially on this Indiegogo, what we're delivering for the $100 is literally to get the people on board, to get them into the universe, and then from there, TeslaComics.com is the website. Eventually, once that's up and running, and once we get people into that, then we can set up different subscriptions. But at the same time, we can have other Indiegogos going for new launches and new bits and pieces, so people can enjoy, the comics from many different platforms. This is just the beginning. Once we get in there, these 5 titles are included within that 100. Once we get it into beyond there, then we can work it out from there.
Well, and there's an additional benefit here where, I mean, if you break everything down, you're spending $100 US, you're getting at least 5 books guaranteed for this first subscription. So that breaks down to $20 a book, plus the additional benefits that you're getting as well. And with that, you're actually getting the first print of 5 separate books. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're not getting the first 5 of one series. You're getting the first 5 of all separate books. You know what I mean? And I mean, just look at. I mean, I hate putting things this way, but look at the valuations of the other books that Dan's worked on, guys. Let's be realistic.
Right.
You're not going to find a first print of Zen for $20. You know what I mean? It's not going to. I mean, you might find like half a cover for $20.
Dude, I don't know. Because Zen Intergalactic Ninja, freaking Jamie tried to find the game,
Mm-hmm.
the video game that we're gonna do with Dan, freaking, and he couldn't find it in America. Like, it was so expensive. Yeah. It was so freaking expensive.
So I mean, from a collector's standpoint, this is already just a screaming deal. I mean, think of how much you spend on 5 different books if you were to go to 5 different campaigns and back 5 different books individually. You're saving quite a bit of money. You're getting 5 different stories here, which I think is really beneficial for anyone. Because, one story you may love, one story, as Dan was saying, the children's book, now you've got a Christmas gift that you can hand down to somebody. That's something that is going to be, substantial in the future. I mean, there's so many things that kind of factor into this. It's easy to kind of let your mind turn to jello as you're looking at all the things, but that's because there's a lot of benefits to this platform. There's a lot of benefits to doing this subscription model. Plus, I mean, how cool is it going to be that 5 times throughout the year you just get surprised with a new comic in the mail, like Dan was saying? I mean, that's pretty rad as well.
Yeah. Plus, your point of this is the first offering. So every book that comes out, even in the future, is going to be offered first to the members. Eventually, like Crutchy's asking about an omnibus collection, that would be a completely different thing. And, we don't want to alienate the retailers, and that's what we're going to offer to the retailers, and that'll become a whole different thing. But for our subscribers, they're getting the 24-page comics of the very first stories. You're seeing them being made. You're part of the process. You're part of the team. You're a founder. You're seeing this happen, and you're getting the books exclusively. We might, of course, then. Yeah, it totally makes sense. And, as we grow, as I hope we do, as we grow bigger, the amount of books will be more generous. You know, like I said,
Mhm.
I'd like to offer 12 a year, but right now I've got 5. That's all I can do right now. But next year,
which is still killing it, Dan.
Yeah, you're
Which
looking
is
at a
still
great
killing
deal.
it. Yeah, you're incredible. Like we talk to artists all the time, and pumping out 5 books is no easy task.
So there's
Oh, no,
other
no, it's
comments
not.
in here regarding the campaign. I want to hit these out really quick. Willie Silver comes in on Twitch saying add-ons for after the campaign ends and before shipping to backers. So that's a very valid thing to point out. Are there going to be additional add-ons? Are there going to be things like, bookmarks, additional pins, additional art prints, anything like that that backers will be able to purchase at the time
Is
of
that
close?
like a stretch goal, Fry? Where like
No, these are just add-ons. These are additional, merch items, things like that people can purchase once the
we've
campaign is
discussed that, and there will definitely be additional merchandise using the characters. I mean, one of the things that Dan's really excellent at is designing his pins, for example, the badges and all that stuff. We've discussed that in detail. T-shirt ranges. There's also going to be all sorts of stuff. So yeah, there will be add-ons after the campaign ends because this is going to be an ongoing thing. We don't expect in the same way that you can still buy Superman T-shirts. We're hoping that 70, 50, 80 years down the line we can do Tesla logos. So let's just keep going.
That'd be awesome.
And Rose Kirby mentioned on YouTube, it's getting very expensive in the UK. They charge £15 to post to my home a couple of weeks ago. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a recommendation here. And guys, correct me if I'm off base. But so anybody like Willie Silver talking about the add-ons for the campaign, Rose looking at the shipping, things like that. Make sure you guys go and find Tales of Tesla on like Instagram, find them on Twitter, find them on Facebook, follow along with their social media campaigns as well, because that's going to give them the ability to continuously reach out and give everybody updates as far as how everything's going with the campaign, as well as any questions that might be brought up here or that you might think of later. It's kind of hard for these guys to come back to this video, even though it will still be up on YouTube. It's hard for them to come back and try to follow along with everybody and stuff like that. So that's a great way for you guys to, kind of touch base with the creative teams and, kind of just watch for the news and the updates when they come up with anything. Does that seem...
Tesla Comics on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and Tales of Tesla on Twitter.
Oh, correct. Yeah, I think in a way,
and
thinking about
I just want to say, I want to remind everybody that's helping us launch this thing is that you are our founders, and we intend to be very generous with our founders. So don't be surprised if you find little extra things shipped in. Because I'm a generous dude.
That's why we love you guys.
Right.
I mean, it's quite a journey trying to get a campaign off the ground and trying to bring to life the stuff that we're trying to bring to life, which is something that we love doing and we're hoping to share with everybody. So absolutely, the founders have a huge shout out and we have a level of appreciation that's a little bit extra. So we hope we can give you some extra incentives as well.
That is very cool. And in chat, Nobody's Illusion comes out on Twitch and says, "Oh, we love y'all too."
Wow. Oh, nobody, you're so awesome.
Now, you guys have mentioned the TikTok, so I'm going to ask what I feel like should be on everybody's mind right now.
Wait a minute.
Which person from the team is designated to dance to the music on TikTok?
Ooh, great.
That's going to be Victor?
Yeah, that'll be
all right.
Yes. Very nice. Let's just
going for him, so he'll be good.
Just get in front and say, go, Victor, go. Do it. Show us the moves. No.
This guy here. This guy.
Oh, dang, he's got moves.
So at what time can we expect the campaign to switch over to go to live?
Ooh.
Basically, as soon as when we're done here, it's a matter of replacing a couple of videos and changing some text, and we should be good to go, Dan, right?
Well, sure. Then I feel like I should give everyone watching a warning.
The answers I get from Fry when I ask for something. Hey, you can do this live right now, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I think I'll eat first. I'll eat first.
The moment,
so you got a few minutes.
Yeah, the moment we finish here, we'll make sure that happens. So
Okay.
literally, once we do update it, the welcoming video will be updated with instead of the early bird message at the end, it's got a different welcoming message from Victor, obviously. The interview with Dan, which I think is about 9 minutes long or something, that the Victor did a few weeks ago, that'll be up there. And eventually, there will be a segment from the animation as well once everything's approved.
Cool. Okay. Well, I should warn everyone then that's watching, because we are hitting 2 hours right now, which means that this stream is about to close out. Which means that, as you just heard, you guys have got literally minutes to get in and get anything that you want to get
Maybe
under that
even
early
only
bird.
seconds.
Yep. So, is there anything drastic that we should let people know of that will be changing as far as pricing, anything like that?
No,
I got something
pricing
drastic.
remains the same.
Pricing
It's just the early bird deal is then obviously gone.
Okay, so you guys heard it. If you want some of that sweet, sweet early bird merch, you better get it.
Sweet early bird merch. Damn, that sounds good, Fry.
I feel like that should totally be like a country song. Sweet early bird merch. I feel like
Sweet early bird merch.
Dun, 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 sweet early bird merch.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm going down and get me some sweet early bird merch. Yeah, baby. Going down.
All right.
Well, this
right, boys. Well,
this has been amazing.
Hey, man, congratulations.
Thank you kindly. I will say thank you so much for having us on board. It's been great fun. And 2 hours has just flown by. It's been great. I've loved it. Thank you.
You can borrow Jared anytime you're bored.
What? Hey, man, just be careful. My batteries run out fast. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm the Energizer Bunny. It's okay. They never run out.
There you go.
All right, cool, guys. Thanks, Crypto Comics. And yeah, make sure anybody watching this goes to Crypto Comics. You get a preview of the rebook, which is one of the 5 that we're going to be doing. And
there's details on how to sign up and how to find that book right there in chat right now.
Yeah, also shout out to Nobody's Illusion and Dodge 6780 for the follow on Instagram. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you so much indeed.
And we hope we can send you books, Rose. Hope it's not too expensive.
Yes.
We want to.
Oh, we'll work it out one way or the other. We'll get it.
No, we'll make it work for sure. We want to make sure that you get the stuff.
And I'm just making sure, Len, you created your account, right? You promised me you would.
No, I haven't done it yet, but I will do. I absolutely will do.
Johnny, you're never gonna do it. I know how that goes.
No. I'll do it the moment I finish here. I'll be creating an account. I'll just be.
Did you say you're gonna do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
No,
All
right. I said the moment we finish here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for joining us.
tomorrow, Joe.
Everybody that's watching, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for interacting in the chat. Thank you for sharing the video out. Most definitely, thank you for sharing out this Indiegogo campaign. Stuff like that, seriously, does so much for these indie creators and everyone out there. Like I said, it helps their SEO. It helps them get noticed. It helps them get promoted up inside of the Indiegogo campaign hierarchy. It just helps them across the board. So something as simple as going through every couple of days even and sharing that out does an amazing amount for these guys. So, it takes just a couple seconds of your time, and we would all very, very much appreciate it. Plus,
that kind of
that clearly adds, a little emphasis for you winning that swag pack. I'm just saying.
Dude, and those swag packs aren't too chabois, especially when a sticker's coming from Dan, which, can we even show the sticker, Fry?
Danny, okay with if we show it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can show it.
Cool, yeah, let's. Oh, dude.
Nice.
Is that a heart?
No.
That's amazing.
Is it a Tesla coil?
No. It's a Tesla something.
I'm gonna slap Jared if he gets something as simple as a Tesla coil wrong again, guys. I promise you. All right. I appreciate you guys being
my
here.
mind, Fry.
don't take what Jared just said out of context, and you know what I mean. He doesn't understand. We're gonna get him there. Okay, we're gonna get him there.
See the lightning bolts coming off of it? You don't know. It could have been generating electricity. You don't know.
Look kind of like a brain, AI brain.
Oh, AI.
We don't want spoilers on our shows. Our community gets angry with me every time. Every time.
Dude, they
Dan,
don't
you knew this.
Calm down.
You're just having
oh
fun
my
now.
God. Jiminy Christmas.
All right, guys.
I just made it up on the spot. That's how it is. We brainstorm left and right all day long.
We can talk about what that thing is tomorrow for like 2 more hours, and then come up with like 3 more storylines. Just that
There
is-
you
Oh my
are.
gosh.
See? That's
Help
how
these guys.
stuff happens.
Oh,
Yes,
hey, let me
like,
throw
share,
this up from
subscribe.
chat here. Andrew Dodge came in and said, "Thank you all. Congrats again on getting funded. 30 days from now, a major contribution will happen. Promise is a promise. Plutonium."
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Oh my God!
There you
Andrew.
go.
That'd be sick.
Crutchy is awesome, and his goal is to help creators reach their dreams, and that's what he says all the time to us. He's
We'll
just a
make him
fantastic
famous,
person.
executive producer.
And Dwight Cowwhite comes in
Absolutely.
on YouTube to say, "That's a cool sticker. I'll wait to get mine in the mail." Dwight, you're not guaranteed stickers. You're not guaranteed swag.
Wait, no. He thinks that
For
he's
being
going
a part of the
to
team.
share and get the swag pack, dude.
Oh, yeah, Dwight, we can't win. You're part of the team, man.
No,
Cannot
don't
win.
wait.
I mean, he can bribe
Dwight,
somebody to
you shouldn't have
share for him.
shown up to the meeting, bro. You done it. Disqualified yourself, dude.
Okay, well, that being said, once again, thank you guys so much for letting us spend this time with you and kind of celebrate opening this up and getting the ball rolling. I think it's going to have a really bright future, honestly.
Thank you. I hope
you,
you're
man.
right.
Thank you, guys. That means a lot, and it's
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to be a part of the crypto comics world, and I will be.
Thank you.
I
Welcome
promise.
to Crypto Comics Land, is what we like to call it.
Oh yeah, Tom is saying thank you as well. He's on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Right
Thank
on.
you. Fantastic.
No, yeah, thank you guys, and thank you everybody who was in the chat and interacting, and all the contributors and everybody, and we really appreciate it, and we look forward to sharing more and more of the stories and all the comics. You have no idea, like we're so excited. We're so
That's
excited.
awesome, dude. That is so cool. All
Yeah.
right. And
We'll
with
come
that,
back for each drop.
all right, with that, we're out. Thank you again, everybody.
Bye. Just being next to these guys is like next to on the block.
You have something to say, Jared?
Oh, dude, that was so weak. Are we? We are still live. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
we're still
such a
live.
punk.
You had something really important to say. I wanted to make sure you could say it.
I didn't have anything important to say. I was joking around.
Okay.
Love
Are you
ya.
sure?